or email them at tvaughan@salemcleveland.com. You can call me anytime, or you can call the station here. Eddie or whoever answers the phone can give you the information on it also. 8 minutes past 11 o'clock here on the Irish Show on WHK, AM 1420. Marilyn Madgan is in the studio with me, and she's all set over here by microphone one, ready to go. Marilyn, how are you? Great.
I'm doing great, Gerry. How are you
doing? Good to have you
doing?
back. Get close to that microphone.
It's always great to be at the radio program.
Oh, it's been a while since
It
you
has
were here.
been.
What is it, Golly? Oh yeah, I tell you, yeah, we need to get some.
Yes.
We need to do some live Facebook now. I want you to get a nice picture of my shirt that I'm wearing. Tomas Walsh. Tomas, look at this picture of my shirt. And that's his pop.
That's right.
No, Connie, none of my wrinkles.
No wrinkles.
And if you're doing some on Facebook, I'd like to give Gerry our commemorative coin for our 125th anniversary.
Oh, thank you,
excellent.
Marilyn. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Oh, my goodness. Solid gold.
It is.
Look at
Just
that.
like all of our hearts.
Yes.
All the ladies'
Let
hearts
me get
are
a close-up of that.
Oh,
Huh?
JC wants to
All
put
right,
another here.
JC. Are we still on
Excellent.
Facebook Live?
Yes, we are.
We are. Now, you
Yes.
did get a picture of my shirt.
I did.
This is the most important pub in Ballina. While, of course, Tomas's brother, he has a pub and restaurant also there. I don't know what that's called. All we know is this one. But we're going to be there on our tour of Ireland. We had an incredible traditional music
There
night
it is.
there the last time we were there. Both nights. We went on till the wee hours of the morning. It's wonderful. But Marilyn, a couple of weeks ago, we had the national president of the Ancient Order of Hibernians on the program. Very informative. He answered a lot of questions, and I had a lot of questions for him on the organization itself. Questions that were asked by a lot of people. Sorry about that, Connie. She's trying to take a picture, and I'm trying to grab the coin from her. Talk to me about the ladies' Ancient Order of Hibernians. In this day and age, a lot of people would say, why is there a ladies' and a men's division of the Hibernians? What would you say to that?
Well, I would say that we have two different focuses. The women are very charitable. We are also interested in education. We're also interested in immigration like the men are. This time, we have, for the past 125 years, one of our first major accomplishments was in 1902. We established a Trinity College scholarship. And that was for
Trinity College?
That was in Washington, D.C. It was for Irish immigrant girls. We still have that scholarship available. It's for Hibernians, immigrants, those that are giving up themselves into teaching and nursing predominantly. We also have a scholarship along with the men at the University of Notre Dame. And speaking of Notre Dame, I should have been in Ireland right now because we sponsor the Hibernian lecture with the Cushwa Center. And it was supposed to be in Ireland in conjunction with the Navy game. And that is another highlight, that we do both together, that we want to promote our Irish history and our Catholic heritage. And the Cushwa Center fulfills that for both. We also have started giving money to the Keogh Naughton Center at the University of Notre Dame. And with our new, I'm proud, I want to go back a little bit of history. 100 years ago, another Clevelander sat in the same position as National Vice President, and that was Adele Christie. So I'm very honored 100 years later to be in the same role as she is. And those women in that period, they were entering into the roaring 20s. The women did not even have the right to vote yet, but we had 3 leaders of the Hibernians speaking in front of Congress on the Irish question. And 100 years later, we still want Irish unity. So we are focusing on that. We have a great leader, Dolores Desch, who is our Freedom for All Ireland chair. And she is committed to helping those in Northern Ireland as well as providing us with all the education of what we can do to help with Irish unity. We also, back in the early part of the last century, were dealing with World War I. We had mass kits for the chaplains. We were helping our own members who had either husbands or sons in the war. So veterans is very important. This is the first time that we're going to have a veterans chair, veterans and military, and it's Kathleen Norton Doherty, and she's outside of New York. She is a veteran herself. She wants to bring veterans issues to the forefront, especially women's veterans issues. We also, for the first time going forward, we have a political education committee, and it's chaired by Gail DePolito. She is in Washington, D.C., who will also act as kind of our liaison when our national president, Karen Keene, cannot get to Washington for certain issues. Gail will be representing us. Again, we are a non-political organization, but it is very important that we educate our members on political issues that are directly related to Catholic social justice issues and Irish issues and Catholic issues.
Has there ever been any talk about the men and the women being together?
No, not to my knowledge. I've been a member for 41 years. And I can
that.
tell you at times I'm like, why do we have two separate organizations? The longer you get involved, you see that there is a strong need to have two
You mind if I
organizations.
make an observation here?
Yes, go
After
ahead.
listening to you and all that you guys do, the women do, I don't know why you'd want to bother joining up with those men anyway.
I would think that the men would want to join up with us.
They would. I can see. You do a lot of things and a lot of work.
And you know what? A man can't join the Irish organization if he doesn't have an Irish mother, because you get your heritage through your mother.
I thought that was
I mean, we
Same
choose
thing through
we
the-
choose who the father is. So if you have an Irish mother, you can be a member of either the Ancient Order of Hibernians or the Ladies' Ancient Order of Hibernians.
It seems like you have a lot of projects going though, and you're very active in the Right to Life movement too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's.
But right to life is not just pro-life, that we are anti-abortionist.
Yeah.
The women really focus on pro-life. We are so glad that people choose to have their babies. So we have divisions across this country that have baby showers. Albany, New York's JFK Division 1 has probably one of the biggest baby showers going, that they donate the different goods that a single mother would need to raise that child. When we look at pro-life issues from conception to death, to natural death. So it's not just a single issue. Pro-life is a spectrum from birth to death.
Yeah, preserving life, yeah. The Cleveland division, the ladies division, is very active, isn't it?
Yes, we are. We have about 100 members. We
You
meet
do
on
a
the
lot
west
for 100
side.
people, you do a lot of stuff.
Yes, and we're reaching out. There's a group from the East Side Club that is interested in becoming members. And instead of having two divisions, we think it would be better to have one big division, because part of our motto is friendship, unity, and Christian charity. We think if we are one big division in Cleveland, we're showing our friendship, we're being united, and together we can do a lot more Christian charity.
What about younger members? Is it difficult to get younger women to join?
Yes, it is, but I think we're no different than any other
How do you get
organization.
them to be a nun also?
Yes, it
How many
is.
nuns do you know recently? I don't know any.
I don't know any
I don't know
either.
anyone that has got anything.
I do have an aunt who's 91 who's a sister of St. Joseph.
Yeah. And we all know Sister Maureen Berg
Yes.
and Sister Kay O'Malley, I think. Right? You know, she was, I think it's Kay, yeah. Yeah. But there are not many going to the nuns. But it seems to me like the ladies Ancient Order of Hibernian are a little bit older, senior members.
I would say we're middle-aged,
Yeah, middle-aged, that's it.
anywhere from 40
That'd be very
to
different than
70.
how we handle this.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of organizations, even our two main clubs, you have the younger members that come around for St. Patrick's Day, but the rest of the year they're not as active.
And part of the reason for that is that people are out making a living, they're raising families, and they don't have the time until they get into their middle age.
And
That's
we
why.
do see that in my own division. We've had people that were very active in their 20s when they got married and had families. They were active with the children activities that we provided, but then they dropped off for a while because their families were there, and then they're coming back. So we're encouraged with that.
Now, when the convention was held this year, are you part of the Ancient Order of Hibernians convention? Are you all together on that?
The men and women were supposed to meet in Orlando
Yes.
together. We have two separate organizations, and with this COVID, it was very unprecedented that we we needed to go to a virtual convention. As a nurse, I was worried about us going down to Florida as it was.
Yeah.
And being part of the leadership team, we wanted to make sure that all of our members felt safe. We wanted everyone to remain healthy. We did have some presidents. We had two state presidents that did get COVID, and thank God that they both survived. I was very instrumental, along with our president, Carol Shire, who's from Ohio, Karen Keene, who's our new president, who is from Albany, and Marianne Lubinsky, to do a virtual convention. And I can thank the United Irish Societies of Cleveland, because, you know, God puts people in your paths for a certain way. And at our parade line of march meeting, I met one of our new judges, Kathleen Colin from KC Media. We started talking, and she said what she was in, and she asked me about my organization. She said, if I can ever help you, please. Well, when we needed to go to a virtual, there was nobody better but Kathleen Colin, and she helped the women immensely.
Is our sound back on, Colleen?
No, Joe English is saying there's no
Joe
sound.
English says
So,
there's
I
no
don't know,
sound.
we want to cut to a song
Let
and
me,
then see.
Marilyn, we'll come back.
She
Let's
was our vice president, and she was our national president in the early part of
Now, do you
1920s
know
to
if any of the
24.
Christies are still around Cleveland?
Not that I'm aware of. I
I
know
must tell you-
Margaret Lynch has been helping me try to find them.
I must tell you this, my son, my cousin Sean Quinn is married to Carmen Christie, and her family have been in South Euclid, I think, for years and years. I would just wonder if she might be related. She's Christie.
We'll have to check that out. In fact, last year, in honor of our 125th, our division went out and placed flowers on Adele Christie's grave. She's in Calvary Cemetery.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And the next president, national from the state of Ohio, was Kathy Linton from Summit County.
That's Bridget Linton's mother.
That's Bridget Linton's mother. And Kathy is still very active. She was our chair of our convention this year. And also we had another Ohioan, Carol Shire from Hamilton, which is outside of Cincinnati. She was our president during the anniversary year, as well as the first virtual ever convention. I'm proud to say that I'm not the only one from Cleveland area or from my own division that is serving on the national board. Two appointees are serving, and that's Maura Leffel and Mary Jo Rawlings. And I'm really proud to say that a good friend of mine that I've known probably since he was 10 is our national chaplain, Father Ryan Duns. His mother and his aunts are in our division, and Ryan is a professor of theology up at Marquette University. So we're really looking forward to having my fellow Clevelanders with me on the board. During this virtual convention, there has been some positives. I mean, I think we all went to Zoom. We've had some meetings on Zoom. We had our committee meetings, and we're getting to know each other around the country a little bit better than we might have even had to by when you're in a big group. We would have been social distancing. Later today, our national president, Karen Keene, is bringing all the state presidents together on a Zoom call so that we can unite in where we want to go for the future of our organization. We are going to have a big marketing campaign going. We're hoping to increase our membership here in Cleveland as well as throughout the United States. So look forward. I'll probably ask to come back in here, Gerry, to talk a little bit more about that. Also, I'm an amateur historian, and one of our crowning jewels that the ladies did, along with our scholarships at Trinity and at Notre Dame, we did the Nuns of the Battlefield Monument. It's across the street from St. Matthew's Cathedral. Again, we were recognizing women of our Catholic heritage, the sister nuns during the Civil War, who ministered to both the Union soldiers as well as the Confederates. And if you go to that monument, you see the 12 orders that were the sisters that participated. But there's nowhere there that you see that it was made by the ladies, Ancient Order of Hibernians. You have to go behind the monument to see that. To me, that is unacceptable, and we are in the process of getting a wayside marker, and it's already been approved by the Park Service. We do have funding, and I do have a committee that is working on that. And again, we have two more Clevelanders, Maura Manning and Patricia Lavelle, that's on that committee.
Where's that statue? I'm so
That's
sorry.
at, it's right across the street from St. Matthew's Cathedral
It's
in Washington,
Washington,
D.C.
D.C.,
Okay, thank you. I'm like,
Washington.
okay.
And also on the Freedom for All
Thank you.
Ireland
Thank you.
Committee, we do have a member from Division 5, 10, Rita O'Hara. And on our political action, we also have a member, Patricia Lavelle, from Division 5 and 10. So as you can see, our local division, we do a lot here in the city, but we're also active in our state and also active on the national level.
Great job, Marilyn.
Thank you,
Great,
Chair.
wonderful, wonderful. So do come back whenever
President Kennedy
you,
was
whenever
married
you
from.
need to promote, whatever you need.
Okay, thank you,
You're
Chair.
always welcome here.
Marilyn, I understand the state convention will be coming to Cleveland.
Yeah, our state convention will be here in Cleveland at the Doubletree in Westlake. Our chairs for that event is Ray McGann and Patricia
When
Lavelle.
is that?
And it'll be the weekend of June 25th, 26th, and 27th.
But all your people will be on the trip to Ireland with me.
But they'll be home in time, Jerry. We get
They're
home
gonna
right
be
before
leaving
it.
your trip to come home because
That's right.
But
They
we're
won't
coming
wanna
back
miss
the 26th.
it's alive in 21 in Cleveland, so they
That's
want to
right.
be here. In fact, we have our national president and other members of the board are going to be coming to Cleveland because they love us people here in Cleveland.
Friendliest city in America,
Yes,
right?
it's
Why
the
not?
heart of it all, Jerry.
That's right, that's right. There's been a lot